All right, and welcome back to another episode of Orlea Origins. I am Will, or the Halfling Wizard, and I get to be here with these awesome folks tonight, who we're going to let go around and kind of introduce themselves, tell us who they are and who they're playing, and how they're feeling tonight. Them themselves, not their characters. You can do both. You can tell how you're feeling and how your characters are feeling currently. We're going to go in a weird order tonight. So we're going to go right below me. We're going to go with Taryn.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Taryn. I'm playing Bellinor, and I am in the midst of moving personally, so I am exhausted from moving. So yeah, it's been a long day.
That is fair. That is very fair. So where's Bellinor? What's he feeling right now?
I don't know if he really knows what he's feeling right now.
That is very fair. That is very fair. I guess we're going to find out how he's feeling here in a few minutes.
Pretty much. Probably pretty quick.
All right. Let's go. We'll get it down to Lisa. You're next.
Hey, everybody. I'm Lisa. Whenever we're following in chat, I play Willow. Hey, hush. Sorry. I play Willow. I'm doing pretty good. I had a typical Monday, but I got through it and had time for a nap, and life is good. Yay. Willow is like, I think her first thought was, what did Bellinor do this time? Like, now what? Like,
Yep.
can't keep him on a leash, somebody. You know?
That's very fair. That's true.
Yep.
All right, cool. All right. Kel, we're going to come to you next.
Hey, y'all. I am Kel, also known as the Celtic Wyvern King. I am exhausted because Switch 2 launch, it was great, but God, that midnight launch I was exhausted. We had because my store alone, we went through all 150 units over the weekend, but that night alone, we sold like 95 of them.
Sorry, did you tell us how Kieran? I'm sorry. Did you tell us how Kieran was feeling?
No, not Kieran. Yeah, I just said me.
Okay. Yeah, I can imagine.
Kieran is probably just like, God fucking damn it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it ain't one thing, it's another as far as Kieran's concerned.
You know, it poor Bellinor. It's always going to be the problem child.
It's not even Kieran causing the problems.
Well, that's fair.
He's getting dragged into the problems.
That is fair. That is very fair.
I think he's only caused an issue twice now, one of which being the current mission they're on, besides the demon part.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right. Okay. All right. Cool. All right, and we're gonna go with Christian next. Well, he's the only one left. Sorry.
Hey, everybody. Christian here. I play Mint Orcanus, and I am exhausted as well. Just finished painting our second bedroom walls and ceiling. 2 different colors. One is flower themed, and the other was Star Wars themed. So I'm tired.
Boys.
Yeah, it was really cool. My kids liked it a lot. So, and building 2 bed frames with like storage stuff. Anyways, let's see. Mint is probably I got to be honest. I think the last time I was here, I had to dip early, so I don't know what happened at the end. So I'm gonna say, assuming most level of shenanigans, Mint is probably still hungry, and also he has a small paranoia while he's looking around for pheasants.
Fair enough.
Yeah, just know it's Bellinor's fault. That's all Mint needs to know.
That's fair. I really think that, in my brain, I see Mint sort of just off to the side, like scratching at rocks or something. I don't know. He's doing
Yeah,
something.
he's definitely building sandcastles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he's actually, we'll say that he's doing exactly that, and then he's having Brenna turn them into glass castles.
Very nice. So, all right. So let's jump in, shall we? When last we were here, all hell broke loose, literally. We were going through, you know, Bellinor. Lord have mercy. Bellinor just really kind of got everybody into shit. We ended up eventually. We were like, oh hey, we found this underground pathways. Which should we do? Everyone was like, let's go underground. What could possibly go wrong? We go underground. Bellinor was picking some pretty rare berries and things. He goes down inside this random tunnel, in which we all go. Then you all follow, and we end up in this sort of like ancient, for lack of better terminology, tomb. You go down a hall, and then suddenly it opens up into a grand hall with these massive columns, and then there was a mural in the center of the floor. It was very, very old. It was covered in layers of dust. So obviously, no one had been there in a while. Eventually, we uncovered the mural. We were checking it out, and it was telling a story about this very ancient civilization that lived in harmony until a great cataclysm happened, in which point things kind of went crazy for a couple of 100 years, and eventually the catastrophe, quote unquote, was imprisoned. And then I believe it was Kieran who read the mural, and then found out that the catastrophe was literally buried beneath their feet. And then there was some writing on the wall, literally, which talked about Lucombe, the devil, basically. And that is who is buried beneath this sort of mural in the center of this room. And it said also that he basically is always there. He's always calling to try to get people to come and release him. And everyone was like, yeah, let's get the hell out of here. And everyone was, until suddenly Bellinor turned around and walked back into the room. You all went to go, oh, hell no, stop him. And as you went to do that, the stone door closed. And then you all heard this sort of whistling sound that sounded like breath being exhaled and inhaled. And that's where we ended. So we ended with sorry, I hit the wrong button. With Bellinor having walked. Let me bring some music in real quick.
Oh, this ain't ominous.
Not at all.
It's fine. Everything's fine. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
So Bellinor has just walked through the archway, and then the stone door closes. So you guys are on one side.
He's been possessed.
Yep. So what are you guys... Okay, before I get to what you guys do, I want to see what Bellinor is doing. So Bellinor, what are you doing? You've been sort of pulled this way. You're not being controlled necessarily, but it's more of like a really strong suggestion that it's hard to sort of ignore. You know, if you struggle or if you fight hard enough, you could probably break loose of it, which I'm going to let you do here in a minute. But what's kind of going through his mind at this point? I mean,
Well,
he's very, very much aware of what's happening to him.
he's also a sucker for just falling into more powerful beings calling towards him. aka he's already a warlock for one reason or another. So he doesn't necessarily want to resist what's happening here, but at the same time, he knows that this is probably not what is in the best interest for everyone he's traveling with. So he's like having this internal struggle whether or not he himself wants to do it, let alone the external temptation that is trying to make him do it. So it's a weird headspace for him to be in for sure.
Okay. So as you're very much aware of the door closing behind you, but you're compelled to move forward. And I'm going to let you do a wisdom saving throw at disadvantage.
Oh,
because you're
that's
under
not
control.
What you don't know is that it needs a corporeal body to come back.
Oh, wow. I have a really... Okay. That's a dirty 20 with disadvantage.
Okay, so you're able to not necessarily break that link, but you're able to really kind of look outside of it now. All this now you can kind of... You're still compelled to move forward, but now you're sort of aware, like hyper aware of what's happening.
Yeah.
And you can kind of like, as you walk forward, you're consciously able to look around and see if there's a way for you to escape this or stop it or keep walking forward. I mean, it's like,
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely looking for like quick outs. He's kind of definitely the kind of guy that like always has a backup plan if something doesn't go his way. So he's definitely like looking for other options, but not necessarily because he doesn't want to walk forward, but he doesn't want to be stuck at the same time. So
okay. So all right. So you are walking forward, and as you walk forward, the ground begins to vibrate. You can feel it vibrating. You can actually see like the sand vibrating, like if it's like on top of like sound waves, it makes the waves or it's sort of designs. You can see that happening around that mural as you're walking closer to it. You can feel it through your feet.
I don't know. This is a weird spot for him to be in right now. You would probably be trying to like see if he could talk to it before he gets too much closer. He's gonna try like talking to it in I think it was, I don't remember what language it was that I could read off the mural. I think it was deep speech, was it, or was it abyssal? I don't remember.
It was deep speech.
Yeah, he's gonna try speaking to it in deep speech. See if he gets any sort of answer or anything. Just trying to call out like anything.
Okay. So are you asking a specific question, or
it's just I guess you'd mainly be asking like, what do you want, or like why me kind of thing,
Okay. So if you ask, what do you want, as you're walking forward, and you will hear a response. And that response, it simply says, you.
Oh, great. Cool. Why me? Would be his next question.
And you will hear a response that says, because of what's deep inside you.
Great. This is so cool. Yeah, he's spooked. He's like now very quickly trying to find a way out of this. But yeah.
I'm going to kind of let you simmer in that for a second. Let me go outside and see what the others are up to. All right, so the door has just slammed down between you. Or yeah. So what are y'all doing?
Oh hell. Um, I, after trying physically to move the door, which I'm assuming does nothing,
Yeah, no.
I am going to cast stone shape,
Okay.
which would open a 5 foot, 5 feet in any dimension and form,
Okay.
as long as the wall is less than 5 feet thick.
Okay. And made of stone, right?
Correct.
Okay. So
Stone or clay. Yeah.
Are you trying to? Okay, cool. So you're just trying to open like a little doorway to get through.
A little tunnel through. Yeah.
Okay. So you
Just
cast.
depends on how thick it is.
Okay. So you cast your spell. It hits the door, and you see the stone start to kind of like warp away as it's creating a tunnel. And it gets in a good like 5 or 6 feet, and then it suddenly stops as it encounters a metallic interior.
Okay. Let me see what else I got in my bag of tricks while everybody else looks.
Okay. Okay, so what about Mint and Kieran?
I was like, Karen's just like, oh god damn it, he's going to turn and start walking. Like, well, he's dead. Nice knowing him.
Nice. Nice.
Mint will probably he'll walk up to the door and he'll like do the whole like nah. No, this door's not moving.
Okay. So Mint's just like, nah, I did what I could.
You know, I'll have him roll for it though, just for the
Okay,
sake.
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Okay. A 6.
Yeah, he's just like, ugh.
Little feet are kicking on the.
Yeah. He's like, well, that's it. Okay. So Kieran is walking away. Mint's trying his best. So, all right, Willow, back to you.
Is there any opening, any like even a small opening?
No. It's solid.
I'm still looking. I got a lot of spells, a lot more than I've ever had before.
Oh, thank you.
Let me look at that one.
Okay. Well, while you're looking at your spells, and I'll go back in where Bellinor is at real quick.
Okay.
All right. So Bellinor, you're there and sort of still walking. Are you asking it any other questions or?
I mean, he would mostly just be asking, like, I guess he knows what it is, but like he'd still be just like the who are you? Why like what are you doing here? Like that kind of.
Okay.
He's a little spooked, so he's just trying to buy himself a little bit of time
Okay.
right now.
That's fair. So why are you here? He'll tell you, I was falsely imprisoned.
Why? How?
How? by the evil entities that lived here. We were at war. And he's going to go through this long history of how these people that in the mural represent themselves as being sort of these, this amazing civilization, peaceful, and then eventually they did this horrible thing to him. And he's going to tell you that these people were not all that peaceful. They were not nice, and that they encroached on his territory and took it from him. He fought back with his brethren, and eventually they were separated, and he was locked in here, and his brothers were banished, basically.
So I know it's like an incorporeal being, but can I insight check?
Sure, you can. Absolutely.
Okay, great. That is a 14.
I mean, he seems legit. I mean, it seems like he's either really, really good at lying, or he's pretty much on the up and up.
Okay. All right. Velenor's going to be a little bit less weary, but still kind of a little spooked by what's happening, but he's just going to keep going forward. He's also very enticed by powers, so
fair enough. And he will, like I said, he will tell you he'll tell you his what his name is. He'll say they call him, that he's known as Lucom the Devil. And he'll say, but that was a name created by those who imprisoned him.
So what's your real name then?
And he will say, my real name, I have not spoken my real name in centuries.
Tara, do you have a bardic inspiration from Slayer?
Okay.
And he will sorry, trying to find my file real quick.
It's just one of those Beetlejuice situations. Do I have to say his name
Say
three times?
Yes, exactly correct. Sorry. Give me 1 second. I'm looking for my list. I wrote a list out today. Okay, let's see. Where's it at? Okay, he will sit there and he'll say that he has not spoken his name in centuries. And he pauses, or the voice pauses for a moment. And I need you to do a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh, yay. That's a total of 15.
Okay. As you're sitting there and he's telling you this, you feel him probing your mind. It doesn't seem like he's threatening. It's not like a threatening thing, but he is very much sort of like looking into your inner depths. He's searching for something. So you have a moment while he searches, if there's anything you want to say to him before.
What is it that you want to do with me? What am I here for?
And he says, help. That's all he says. Just help. As he continues to probe your mind, which you're able to somewhat resist. And as he senses your resistance, you hear him say, open your mind to me.
And what do I get out of this?
Your destiny.
That's not ominous at all. Oh.
I'm going to let you think about that while we go to the others. All right, so
I got nothing.
Okay, so you have a 5-foot tunnel that leads to a metal interior to this door.
Can I knock on it? Like, hello?
Here you can. Yeah, you can knock on it. So do you knock on it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So you knock on this, and it's dang, dang, dang. It's very metal. When you knock on it, clang, 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 you see the metal ripple. And then suddenly there's a door there.
What's the door made of?
Metal.
Is there a handle?
Yeah.
Guys? No. I'm gonna... It's probably trapped.
Looks legit. It's probably totally safe.
Yeah, I'm just gonna open the door. I'm gonna open it and push it open, so I'm not gonna, like, walk in with the door. I'm gonna, like, turn the handle and push it.
Okay. So you turn the handle and push, the door doesn't move. Because then you realize...
All right, I'll turn the handle.
Because you realize you're pushing on a pull door.
Okay. I will turn the handle and pull it open.
Okay.
I may regret this.
When you do, it like a gust of wind comes blowing out, and it's very stale air just hits the dust on the ground and kicks up a sort of dust storm for a second, and then it dies down, and then it's just an open doorway.
I found a way in.
Okay.
I'm going in.
Okay. What about Kieran and Mint?
Yeah. Good job. And he'll follow.
I say, by the time Willa says that Kieran is probably a good 30 feet away, he just turns like, "Oh, God damn it!" And he'll turn around. He's like, "Okay, I can't be the only one who doesn't go in now. God damn it, mother!" Just that mumble talking as he walks back.
I love it. All right, so
think of the story this will be.
That's true. This will make a great song one day.
Like anyone's going to believe this story.
I know, right? All right. So in the doorway you guys go. You go in, and there's like a long. It opens into a hallway. Like
It wasn't there before.
As you all go in, yeah, it's lit and everything. It's like lit up. It's just like a stone hallway. And as you walk in, the door closes behind you and disappears.
Love that. That's awesome.
Okay. So, this hallway looks like it's pretty long. It looks like it goes on forever and ever. And even when the door disappears and you turn around where the door was, there's another hallway.
Yeah, we're gonna die down here. Or we're gonna come out on the other side of the mountain.
Right.
In any case, forward.
All right. So down the hallway you guys go. All right, let's go back to Bellinor. So Bellinor, he told you that it would lead to your destiny.
Destiny is such a weird word with this guy. Okay. He definitely would like kind of stop and think about it for a few seconds before usually like realizing that to him usually people that talk about destiny are really powerful, and if this guy wants to do something with him, then something wild's gonna happen. And you kind of here for the I mean, his entire journey has been about seeking powerful beings to bring back someone.
Yeah.
So he's just gonna kind of let it happen. He's gonna see what happens.
Okay, cool. So you're going to open your mind to him?
Yeah.
All right. So when you open your mind, it is a flood. Now, the thing about it, and something that, and I'm going to let you roll insight on this real quick. So go ahead and roll insight for me to see if you pick up on it.
Ooh, that's so 21.
Okay. So as you open your mind and this sort of flood of information is happening, you notice that it's two ways. You notice that he's not just taking, he's also like giving. So you're not just looking, he's not just looking at your interior sort of mind and where you've been, who you are and all that, but you're kind of taking a peek at him as well. Like he's allowing you to see his thoughts. So as you're sort of taking this journey together, you realize that it's not invasive. Like he's not hurting you. Like he could probably with you can probably presume the fact that because he's so powerful, he could probably rip this information from you.
Mm.
But he doesn't seem to want to hurt you. It's now, and I will say with the 21 insight, it's not, you don't necessarily feel like this guy is like a good dude. You know?
Yeah. I feel like Bellinor also kind of sits in that, like, he tries sometimes, but isn't entirely good.
Yeah, he's not very, you can tell he's not necessarily benevolent, but he's not really malevolent either. He's sort of in the middle somewhere. But he is searching, and he mentions things to you that are in Bellinor's backstory that I'm not going to put out on the air because it's too early for that. But
boy,
he pins at it. I mean, he's like pings these things, so he knows all of that, and. But he's letting you know all of him as well. Well, not all of him, but most of him.
Yeah.
You do see that his name is Erendor, and that's spelled Eryndor. And you also learn... And with this, it's like glimpses of something. Like you're glimpsing things from his life through like wavy glass. Mm-hmm. So you see things, but they're sort of distorted. You do see that he was one of three. And you can see where he was imprisoned, but his brothers were not. And at this point, do a Constitution saving throw for me. And this is not necessarily a bad thing. This is more of a aesthetic thing.
That is a 10.
Okay. Bellinor, you physically feel different. And as you're walking, you notice that you literally turn. So you feel the need to turn to your left. So as you turn to your left, you walk over to one of the walls in this big chamber. And you see your hand going up and kind of like touching the wall. As you touch the wall, you feel this sense of power sort of flow through you. And as your hands rub against the smooth stone, it literally turns the stone to glass as this power just comes through your hand. And then your hand pulls back, and now there's like a mirror in front of you. And when you look into this mirror, you see the entity that is in your mind right now. And it is what to you looks like an ancient orange dragon. And no one's ever seen an orange dragon before. It's like, what is that? But you see him, and he's huge. He's just massive. And so you're getting a look at the entity that is basically inside of you right now. And then it's basically like, this is the form that we take in the mortal world. Look upon it. Marvel at it. So what do you do?
I mean, you would sit there kind of stunned for a second before saying, so what are you?
And he says, it's been a long time since I've been in the mortal world. We were known as Dora in the ancient worlds. We were beings of mighty power that watched over the world. Mostly in this form. And as you look at the dragon form in the reflection. And he goes on to talk about his people, or basically the other dragons. So he obviously was involved with the dragons in some way or another.
Mm-hmm.
But he says what you see in the mirror is no longer. His corporeal form no longer exists. He is trapped in a vessel beneath this chamber.
And if that were the case, what would happen to you if you were no longer trapped?
I would seek out a corporeal vessel. Willing corporeal vessel. That's a very operative word. He says willing. Which, with your insight check, strikes you as odd.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what is it that you would seek to do if you made your return?
Join my brothers. Or actually, I'll say find my brothers.
You just know where they are or what they've been up to?
No.
Who are they? What are their names?
You will, as you sort of dig deep into his mind, he'll show you. So in the mirror, you see him, this orange dragon, ancient orange dragon, and behind him, you see two twin red dragons. And he'll say, "My brothers, in your tongue, would be known as Avesis and Eldrin."
Okay. Cool.
The fact that the three of us on camera are having the same reaction right now.
Yes. Oh shit. There were three. Of course, there were three. Everything comes in threes.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Okay. So, all right. So I'm going to leave you with that for a moment, let you kind of think about that. And let's go back to the group in the tunnel. So you guys have been walking what feels like forever, and it's still a long corridor. I need everyone to roll perception for me.
I'll go back to chat. $22.
Okay. So you all should be pretty good at this.
17.
Okay, 17.
Would probably help if I had my character sheet up. I had everything else up but that. Oh, fuck, I got signed out D&D Beyond. God damn it, hold on. What's the roll again?
What did I say? Perception, sorry.
Okay,
Perception.
Cool. Oh, God, it's like a 24 natural, like passive.
Yeah, that's why I was like, this should be pretty good for you. So, all right.
Oh, yeah, that ended up being a 31.
Okay, cool. So as you guys are walking, again, it says like forever. You guys walk for a moment, and you stop, and it's just sort of like looking where you came from and where you're going, and it just looks like one long damn hallway. Like, what is happening here? So as you guys sort of walk a little bit further, you will notice both you and Kieran, you and Willow for sure, Mint with a little help, will notice every so often there are that look like indentations in the walls, like from floor to ceiling.
All right, let's go back to the spell list. You know?
So you're like standing in front of like looking at the wall, and it looks like there's a section of the wall that is slightly indented.
I'm just going to push it.
Okay. So as you push it, you see your hand, you literally fall forward, and you find that it's another hallway that was disguised. It was an optical illusion. So it literally you literally step into another hallway.
From our perspective, does it look like he disappears?
No, it looks like he's still there. I mean, he just looks like smaller almost because of perspective. So it looks like he's in the wall.
Okay.
But yeah, Kieran, as you stand there, if you look to your right and your left, there's a whole nother corridor.
Yeah, I was like,
All right. Kieran,
yes.
where are you?
I'm still.
You can see him. Yeah, you can see
Oh,
him.
okay.
Yeah, no, he didn't disappear. He literally just like stepped into the wall, but it looks like he's standing in the wall, but he's there. You can see him.
Get out of there. You know? I want to cast a spell
Okay.
when it's appropriate. I don't know what everyone else wants to do. I don't want to jump the.
Okay, that's fine. Well, I mean,
I'm
Kieran
going
has
to cast.
Mhm.
I want to cast Find the Path,
Okay.
which allows me to find the shortest, most direct physical route to a specific fixed location you are familiar with on the same plane of existence.
Okay.
So I am thinking of that room that we were in with the before he, went in and the door closed.
Okay. So, and I'm going to assume it looks like, a line on the ground that lights up.
Right.
And so from you.
Little footprints,
And it comes from you. So it shoots out from like your feet, basically forward. It actually goes into the alcovey area where Kieran is and goes right.
Okay. All right, guys. This should take us to where we want to get to. So I'm going to just start heading that way.
How long does the spell last?
Up to a day, as long as I'm concentrating.
Okay.
Don't laugh. Concentrate, huh?
Well, So,
yeah.
So, all right. So concentration. Got it. All right. So so you go in and take a right, and then you just see, and it goes right into the dark and down the pathway. And then eventually you see it go down and you see it turn left.
Okay.
So y'all are going to follow
going
that?
left.
All right.
Yep.
So down the path you go as you follow this thing. You go down, you go left, you take a right, you take another left, take another right. You go on for a little bit. And as you're walking, I'm going to say, I think all your passives are high enough. So as you're walking, the atmosphere is starting to get colder. Not like freezing, but it's starting to you can feel it getting colder as you move forward, as you move deeper into the darkness. And so as you move deeper into the darkness,
something jumps out at us.
you hear what sounds like wind rushing. Up ahead.
Like, oh, wind. No, don't think about that.
So what about Kieran and Mint? You guys hear it too, so
I was like, oh, thank God we found a way out of here.
Is it normal for there to be wind down here?
It just means that we're near an exit, Mint.
Oh, okay.
Which I guess if we're getting wind, I guess we are leaving Bellinor behind. Oh well.
Okay. So do you guys keep moving forward?
Yeah.
All right. As you move forward, the wind does get louder and louder the closer you get to it. The temperature also begins to drop pretty quickly.
It feels like when I'm flying.
Yeah, that means either we're high up in the mountains or we are. I honestly don't have an answer.
I love it. I don't know. So you will hear this sort of wind, and it gets louder and louder. And again, like I said, it starts getting the further you go, the colder it starts to get. Eventually, you'll start to see like frost on the walls and the basically the floor of the hallway. You know, that sort of ice. This sort of ice is starting to reach out, starting to get that cold. The stone begins to take on a shiny sheen as it develops a skin layer of ice. You can see your breath. You can feel the cold in your joints. It's that sort of wet cold. As you get closer, you start to see, as you get further in, you start to see sort of like large icicles beginning to form from the top of the walkway. Big ones, sharp. As you continue forward, more and more ice begins to form. It actually begins to form on your gear.
It's fucking cold, guys.
As getting colder, like Kieran's gonna like start huddling up, like no shit.
Mint is gonna produce a torch
Okay.
and
Try
light
to
it.
keep warm.
Yeah, he's just gonna hold it like right next to him.
Okay.
Oh, hold on.
Love it. Okay.
No, that's right. That's thaumaturgy. I was thinking of. Damn it.
I don't want to cast another spell while I've got this one running because I'm afraid I want to jack it up.
I mean, if you can cast another spell as long as it doesn't require concentration.
Right. Yeah, as long as it's not a concentration spell, you can cast it.
So, like for instance, like if I were to cast Cloud of Daggers, I can still cast Fireball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm gonna do is I will produce my torch, as I said, light it, and then I am also going to use prestidigitation to warm my clothes, because it says you can warm or chill non-living materials. So I'm just gonna like,
Okay.
as I'm walking, like
There we go. Ah, yes.
dialing in the temperature.
Love it. Okay. Are you guys continuing forward?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mint will
the-
keep going now that he
Kieran-
can keep himself warm.
I was like, Kieran's probably shuffling at this point, just because his knees are probably frozen solid.
That's fair.
Okay, I'm. This is not a concentration spell.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it doesn't help anybody else, but I'm going to cast Fire Shield.
Okay.
So, thin, wispy flames wreathe your body for the duration. Bright light in a 10-foot radius. 10-foot dim light, additional 10. Provides you with a warm shield or a chill shield as you choose. The warm shield grants you resistance to cold damage. And if a creature within 5 feet of you hits you with a melee attack, the shield erupts with flames, and the attacker takes fire damage or cold damage.
Okay.
So,
And you're choosing fire.
correct.
Awesome. Okay. So you're toasty.
Look at me using these spells and stuff.
When the 10 feet of light hits, Karen's probably gonna just turn around and see. Willing to like, oh, thank the gods. I go to like put my hands out. Devorah's like, wait. Son of them! And back underneath my pits.
That's funny. Okay. So you guys are continuing forward, right?
It's only the only target is self, so otherwise I would, yeah.
That's fair. All right. So as you guys continue forward, I'm going to go back to Bellinor and his dilemma. All right, Bellinor. So you just learned that Arendor is the brother of Avessus and Eldrin.
Mm-hmm.
What you doing with that info?
I think his headspace right now is just thinking about, like, if he were in that situation, would he want somebody to like help him because he kind of is in that situation of trying to reunite with loved ones, and he's just looking for anything that he can get for help, and so he's really like trying to figure out whether or not he wants to help this guy. He's like really debating it right now.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to ask him, or because at this point he's turned you around basically, and you're facing the mural area again.
Yeah.
And then suddenly you feel as though you've been released.
How, if one were to try to release you, how would they go about it? What would it entail?
Blood.
Meaning what?
Meaning blood. You would have to. I mean, a life. That is like the essence of life. It's a key that opens many doors.
Hmm.
And
Where would this
it must be
blood
given
go?
and it must be given willingly. Like he can't force you to
Yeah.
to make yourself bleed. You can't do that. And you won't do it actually. So
And where would this blood go?
upon the altar.
God, Eleanor is such an idiot. Yeah, I think he's gonna like kind of walk over to the altar and just kind of like assess it, trying to like
roll a perception check for me.
Uh-huh. Okay. I'm not as good as perception as everyone else, but that's still 15.
Okay. So as you kind of look around, you don't see an altar anywhere.
Oh, great. How hard? Okay, you want people to help you, yet you're not making it easy. I don't understand the. Well, I'm confused. What?
It is an altar of flesh and blood and bone.
That sounds disgusting.
All you have to do is stand in the place.
You mean there? And he'll point to the place.
Yeah. If you're pointing to the center of the mural, then
Yeah.
yes.
It gives me the creeps. You're giving me the creeps, man. This is weird. Right. And he kind of like takes a second and like hypes himself up, just like you can do this, you got this. And then he's gonna step to the center of the mural.
And as you step to the center, at the center of the mural is the image of Lucan, the devil, and the horns and the fire. And it is the center of the mural is a round stone, probably about 3 feet by 3 feet in diameter. And that's what the image is on, basically. When you step upon that, he then says, now the key.
He's gonna look over at the like mirror wall place.
Mm-hmm.
Does he see himself or does he see?
You see both.
Okay. He's going to summon his weapon.
Okay.
He's going to cut his hand.
Okay.
He's gonna kind of hold it for a second and like really think about how stupid he is because he knows that he's stupid.
Okay.
And then he's going to. God, why am I doing this? Yeah, he's gonna do the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you're gonna drop the blood upon the altar.
Altar.
basically.
Yeah.
Okay. So as the blood flows, the key, as he keeps calling it, the key. You see, as you look down, you see your blood flowing from you, and it feels when the first drop hits that stone. You see your blood begins to flow quickly, as if something's pulling it from your body. And it's starting to gush almost at this point. Like you're losing a lot of blood very quickly. And as it hits the stone just absorbs it. And then suddenly the stone shifts and begins to slowly lower with you on it.
Still giving me the creeps, man. You're still giving me the creeps.
And eventually you sink below the floor. And as your blood is still coming out of you, and this stone literally just floats straight down. And then what feels like forever, into a dark void. Eventually you come to the bottom. And it's almost as though you come through a sort of black haze. As you pierce that haze, suddenly it's light again. And you're inside what looks like a ceremonial room of sorts. It's round, sort of dome shaped. You've come right down through the center of it. And then the stone that you're on hits the floor and sits into a slot. And then it turns with you on it. And you hear it click. And at that point, right in front of you, the wall opens up. And there is for the lack of a better word, because like that safe door there. And then your blood stops flowing at that point. And he just says, I am here. Release me.
I thought giving the blood. Wait. He kind of sits for a second. Are you not released now that I gave you blood?
No. The blood was the key. Now you must open the door. Willingly, you must open the door.
He's going to look around for a literal door.
It's the one right in front of you.
Yeah, no. He's like, okay, I guess.
Okay.
And he's going to reach out and he's going to open the door.
Okay, as you go to reach out, we're gonna stop there for you, and we're gonna go back to the other group. All right, so group, as you guys are coming, it's cold. It's like, and you come. It opens up into like a hallway that is now, it's like wider all of a sudden, and on one side is like solid ice. The other side is sort of craggy rock. We've opened to the sky almost. There seems there's ice above you that's letting light in. But as you guys sort of look at the wall to your left, you look at it and it looks like almost like a window. It's like fogged over. So, what you want to do?
I'm gonna take my probably almost frozen hand, like just wipe it across the window.
Okay, so as you wipe across and you kind of take the frost off, and you look through this window, what you see is Bellinor in this room, and he's walking towards this large door at the end of it.
Oh, this ain't good. I'm gonna actually try and yell, Balinor.
Yeah, he doesn't hear you.
It's like,
Do we not want him to open that? Is that bad?
more than likely, Balinor, you're a dumbass. Just trying to see what gets an answer.
Nope.
Look who we're dealing with.
Well, Mint will Misty Step if he can.
You're gonna Misty Step?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-oh. I don't like the way you asked that.
What's the range on that one?
Okay, let me pull it up.
I think it's 30.
Mine is 30 feet. Yeah.
Is it 30? So I didn't know if Misty Step and Phase Step were different.
Let me see. Teleport 30 feet in an unoccupied space that you can see.
Okay. So I want you to roll a insight check first.
Okay.
Eek, eek, eek.
It's not a window. It's a magical mirror. You know. Okay. Let's see. So that'll be a solid 13.
A whole 13, eh?
A whole 13.
Okay, then. Yeah, you think you can get away with it.
All right, he does it.
So as you teleport it 30 feet into the interior, you will find that you're about 60 feet in the air
That's fair. That's fair.
as you begin to fall.
Wait, 60 feet in the air in the room with Balinor, or still in
Yep.
where we are?
In the room where Bellinor is. But he's like
Okay.
60 feet above the floor.
So,
Can I use?
You may do whatever you'd like.
Can I make a dex save and then? Well, I don't know if it would be a dex save, but can I use my shield mastery to take to use it to take the brunt of the fall?
Sure.
All right.
while he's rolling that, I was gonna because I was gonna be like, I'm assuming we probably hear him go poof, so to speak. As I look down, I was like, where'd he go? And all I hear, you see her whistling in the air. I'm guessing from your cow skull armor.
Oh, I'm an idiot. Can I just cast another spell?
Yeah, you can cast another spell.
Okay, I cast fly.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you
I
go.
looked at this is, ladies and gentlemen, while you read your spell sheet.
Yeah.
But when I noticed that Mint's gone, I'm like, where'd he go? And I just happened to maybe see my peripherals, him falling. I was like, oh God, how the fuck?
He's gonna cast fly, and then he's gonna his hand on his head, and he's kind of laying on the ground, and he's gonna lower himself in front of Bellinor, and he's gonna say, "Hey, idiot, what are you doing?"
Okay. So Bellinor,
I'm gonna open the door.
What's behind the door?
This guy.
this guy.
This guy.
Yeah, the guy that it was buried forever ago by these people that we were just in the tomb of or whatever up there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that guy.
It seems like people wanted him to come back out, huh? Like there may or may not be a reason why he was buried forever ago and forgotten. Almost as if maybe you should think this one through, buddy.
I am thinking it through. He seems
really
like
don't.
he's
I
gonna
really
do
don't.
good things.
Does he hate pheasants as much as I do?
I don't know. Do you hate pheasants as much as he does? He's gonna
Yes.
ask out.
Yes.
Apparently, he does.
Who is this guy? Why are we letting him out?
So
I don't know.
as you're having a conversation, you'll hear Arendor will say, "Are you willing?"
I'm willing to do a lot of things, but
Not
I mean,
you.
oh.
Not you, him.
Well, you
can't
just
hear him.
asked in general. I just thought you were asking me.
I feel like if I came this far and wasn't willing, then we'd have a bigger problem.
Then open the door.
Eleanor, are you sure you're ready for the responsibility of whatever repercussions come from opening this door? I mean, you were really bent out of shape when your village may or may not have been burnt to a crisp.
Well, see, but this guy is a dragon, so he can help with that, right?
Yeah, okay, he's a dragon? Well,
Yeah.
you should have led with that one.
Oh, okay. And he's
Yeah.
gonna open the door.
Yeah, okay. I don't have any problem. Well, hey, wait a minute. Well, hold on. Ask him how he feels about Old Lady Avessus. If he's not on the same team as Avessus, then I can't be on his side.
I'm pretty sure he's on the same.
How do you
team
know?
They're siblings.
What? But are they? They're siblings.
Yeah, here I'll show you. He's gonna open the door.
I fucking called it. As soon as the dragon gets mentioned, fucking called it.
Should have led with dragon.
Here, I'll show you. Let me open the door.
I thought he was just some poor SOB. You should have told me he was a dragon a long time ago. I would have said open that thing right now.
All right, so before you do that, so Willow and Kieran, you guys can see Mint having a conversation with Bellinor, but you can't hear it, obviously, but because the ice is extremely thick. But what are y'all doing?
Any ideas?
Karen's gonna say yes, and then out character Will. How big is the space we're in?
It's probably like 10 feet, like from side to side, and 8 to 10 feet high.
Oh yeah, but how big? Like, how far back can we stand from the wall?
From the glass or
Yes.
the ice, you
Yes.
can stand 10 feet back.
Fuck. Oh, this. Okay, damn it. Let's not do that idea because I'm not a wizard. I'm
You
not
like
doing.
that
I don't care.
fireball.
I was going to, yes, but unlike a wizard, I'm actually paying attention to who's in the room.
Well, that's fair.
Ricochet.
Well, it would be ricochet. We just get caught up.
Consumed.
Well, let's see.
I got another idea.
I have produce flame as a cantrip.
Oh, I was going to thunder wave, but that also wouldn't work. Fuck.
I have produce flame as a cantrip.
It's like
I mean, how
Maybe
fast
it
would
would
produce
melt
flame
the
melt
window.
it?
that's like putting a
I don't know.
massive block of ice. It's like,
Yeah, I thought so. Okay. I really don't want to use this, but it looks like I might have to. Right.
I mean, I could face step and be in there, but then I would fall because I've seen what happened. You know.
Well, maybe. Depending on your role. Oh, this is going to hurt Kieran a little bit. All right. Will, I'm going to cast Draconic Transformation because part of the transformation, I get to use a breath attack weapon.
oh my god.
Do what?
I'm not turning into a full-size dragon. Remember, I just get draconic features.
I know, but oh my god. Okay.
We don't have anything else to break through the ice.
Okay. Hey, I'm not going to tell you not to do that because I think it's great. I want you to do it.
What about like? No, we don't have metal in this world. I was going to say heat metal, and we could make a door, but we don't have metal.
there is metal in this world.
Well, I'm saying we don't have metal, like metal weapons.
No, you don't have metal with you. No.
Yeah, that's what Willow was getting at.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only one who technically has metal as a weapon is Mint with their
their
lizard shaker.
Yep.
All right, so casting draconic transformation, which I can't remember. Has Willow seen this transformation yet?
No. Nope.
I know Mint has. I know.
Hey.
Has.
Yep.
What about Wall of Fire?
I mean, that would melt it quicker.
It wouldn't ricochet.
Hold on. I'm actually an idiot. I got an idiot. I got a better idea.
Okay.
Hold on. I got glyph of warding.
You've got what?
Glyph of warding.
Oh, yeah, you do.
So I'm going to walk up to the ice wall. I'm going to cast Glyph of Warding at... What's my lowest spell slot for that spell? Because I'm not wasting a big one on it. At 3rd level.
Okay.
Which base damage...
Isn't the casting time on Glyph of Warding like an hour or something stupid like
that?
Oh,
fuck it is. God damn it.
You can sit down and cast it for an hour and you just will be very late to the party.
I'd like to have Mint do one thing before the door gets opened, I guess.
Yeah, well,
he's just gonna think like because you know how sometimes he has conversations with Old Lady of Esses.
Uh-huh.
And he's just gonna be like hey, Old Lady of Esses, really quick, yeah or nay, open the door, go. Because I mean, he doesn't know the relationship between them, so.
Are you just saying, "Hey, Old Lady of Esses"?
Granny. He calls her Granny. He calls her Granny. Yeah.
But open the door, yay or nay? Are you gonna give her any information at all other than open the door?
He's gonna say, "Can you see where I am?"
Damn it! It says as a creature, motherfucker.
No.
Eleanor, what's this guy's name again?
Erwin?
Erwin.
Door.
Aaron Door. Sorry.
He messed it up on purpose. He does not.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. He did that so well.
Why do most of my spells have target creatures?
So it's Aaron Door. Aaron Door. Is that a sibling you feel fondly about?
You get no reply.
Great. Okay.
It's like your message isn't getting through.
All right. So, Eleanor, just hold on. Hold on 1 second. You know, sometimes brothers and sisters are really shitty to one another.
Nope. Can't say I've had that experience.
Well, just hold for a second. Let's think this one through.
This guy said that he wanted to find his siblings. I don't know what's so sinister about that.
What if he wants to find him and kill him?
It doesn't seem like the type of guy to do that to me.
Oh yeah, a guy behind a whole ritualistic door doesn't seem like the type of guy.
It's not his fault he was trapped behind the door. It's not like he locked himself out of his bedroom or something.
Mint, do a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Yeah, honestly, the only thing I can think of now is still do the Draconic Transformation then, because...
Okay, I'll let you do it.
Damn it! Glyph of Warning almost had it.
Yep. Oh, sorry.
Okay, so... But again, Lisa, has
17.
Willow seen the Draconic Transformation?
No, Willow has never seen it. Sorry, what did you get it, Mint?
17.
17. Okay. That is true.
Oh.
Okay, I have to put this up on the thing because it's funny. Where's it at? Oh, here it is. This is hilarious. Yeah, it's so true though. So with the 17, you will feel a presence within your mind. It is not threatening you. It is not malevolent. I mean, it's not benevolent either, but it's not like it doesn't feel evil.
Mint he'll close his eyes because he's like been, I guess, teleported to old lady, Granny of Essus before, so he'll just close his eyes and see if anything happens.
You'll hear a voice inside your head that basically says, "I'm Arendor, the Scales. I bring balance where there was none before."
All right, so let's just say that I have a slight positive disposition towards dragons. And I am inclined to have a bias naturally for them. What's your intention with Granny of Essus? You said you want to find your siblings, so...
Yes, for we have been separated for millennia. I wish to reunite our family.
Oh, so you're not going to, like, hurt her or anything?
And he's a little confused on why you keep calling Avessus a her. He's like, So he's like, it has been a long time. So explain to me Avessus.
Yeah, she's a, big, ancient, big, huge, really awesome, powerful red dragon. Fills up the sky with her wings and all that, but she makes the most amazing cookies.
Oh, I see. Her avatar is an old woman. His avatar, because he tells you basically, Avessus is a boy. He's male. But
I'm pretty sure it's an old lady.
But he does go by yes, so he understands now. He's like, okay, I understand. He's like, no, I wish her no harm. I wished only to be united with her again.
Oh, okay. Well, all right, Bellinor. Well,
He'll insight check it, I guess.
Yeah, go ahead. Insight.
But I don't know how good his insight's going to be. So.
And then once this insight happens, then we'll get the draconic transformation that's happening above.
Okay, so it's a 19.
Okay, yeah, it's up and up.
Oh,
seems
okay,
up and up.
So he just like opens his eyes, looks at Bellinor, and he just shrugs. He says, "Well,
seems like it's pretty legit to me." So,
and he'll like literally just walk off to the side and just start looking at something random.
Okay.
It's just kind of like
you probably find some bones over there somewhere.
Yeah, he turned it on longer than he ever had. He's like,
my head kind of hurts right now. I'm gonna go take a break.
All right, so let's go back up top where. God bless America.
Hey, it wasn't my first option, okay?
That's fair. Okay, so
I'm saying wall of fire.
I don't. That might not.
Hey,
that might
do what you want to do. Do what you want to do.
Well, so because it'll be the first time Willow's seeing it, so you're gonna see Kieran's do this like giant inhale as he kind of like hunches over, and you're gonna see one of his arms take on the draconic appearance. There's like the scales outlined on the skin, and you're gonna see two incorporeal wings sprout from his back. One draconic, one angelic, because of ASMR bit. And then when the transformation is done, I'm going to use the breath weapon I get to do on cast to knock out this wall of ice. It does 6d8 of damage. Do I need to roll the damage to see if it knocks the wall out?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you give a warning?
The warning was the wind up. All right, 68. Oh, for the love of God, 29.
So yeah, you almost there.
God damn it!
It's pretty thick.
I know. It's just my dice rolls. Especially when I roll 2 4s and a 3.
So yeah, but it looks like you're pretty close to being through. You could probably punch your way through.
Yeah, I mean, once it gets to there, I mean, I guess it's really the only choice I have is try and punch. It doesn't change my stats, though. I still only have a +1 to strength.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll just try and punch. 17?
Yeah, you're able to punch a hole through.
Alright. And then
This size hole, so you can
alright. And this is still just before the door opens, right?
yes,
Like before Belnor pulled it open?
Yep.
It's
You
like-
literally have just watched Mint step to the side.
Alright. We're like, Belnor, wait, you dumbass.
You did hear that, Bellinor.
I'm trying to decide how much Bellinor listens to hear. No.
Does he listen to him at all?
Probably not.
I mean, not really.
But now the wall's at least weakened, I am going to turn to Willow and be like, okay, your turn as I start coughing up a lung from the breath weapon. And from the shouting.
Fair. Also, Taryn,
Okay.
you have a red hawthorn for when you.
Oh. Okay, great. Cool.
All right, Willow, what are you doing?
I'm gonna cast Wall of Fire on the. How long is? I can cast it like 60 feet long, 20 feet high, and 1 foot thick. I'm only gonna do as much as I need to.
Well, I mean, what he melted into the ice is basically like a 5 foot. How big is your? Or actually, how big is your breath weapon? Like, what's the radius on it? Because I can't remember if it's a wide one or if it was a narrow cone.
No, it's a cone. It's a
Was it 50,
60.
well, 60?
60 foot
So,
cone.
It's a 60 foot. I mean, well, so basically, if you think 60 feet, he's melted basically a good portion of it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna focus on the area that he's already weakened
Okay.
and see if this Wall of Fire will just melt the rest of it and create a passage for us to get through.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, the breath weapon's force damage, so it would have been melted. It would have been more
Oh, it
shattered
would have been battered. Yeah.
or chipped at this point, so they didn't
Okay.
break.
Like scooped it out with a big hit.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works. It melts the ice.
See, there you go.
Yeah, and as Kieran's still like bent over, like, okay, I'll listen to you next time.
Okay.
I
Now
need more
it's open.
vocal exercises.
It's open, and y'all can see inside now. You can see Bellinor, who I'm assuming has.
How are we?
walk.
Are we up above them? Are we like way
You're
up?
Yeah, you're like 60 feet. Actually, you're higher than that. It's 90 feet because Mint came. He went 30 feet.
Yeah,
So you're like 90 feet up.
I mean, like,
Oh, lovely.
I'll be like, at that point, like, I probably caught my breath. I want to be like, Willow, just give me your hand, and I'm going to try and like glide us down.
You're gonna try to glide you down.
I don't. It doesn't say what my carrying thing would be with the wings.
I just love how you're like, I'll try to carry you down.
Well, I'm saying that out of character.
Up too heavy. Thump.
Oh no. That's fine. All right. So he says, "Here, take my hand."
I'm gonna give him a sideways look, but then I'll do it.
Okay. So I'm gonna say that you, for the most part, are able to glide down pretty easily. There may have been a couple of moments, but yeah, you get down there pretty easily.
Okay, yeah, because I definitely wasn't going to try and like fly.
Yes. So at which point you will land. At this point, Belnor is already at the door, getting ready to open it.
I was going to yell again, Balinor, stop.
How about Willow? Are you saying anything? Or are you just like,
It's all right. Don't worry about it. It's just a dragon that knows of S's. It's gonna be okay.
Belenar, just can you tell me what you're doing? Why you're doing it?
I'm opening a door. Apparently, it has something to do with my destiny.
Your destiny or someone else's destiny?
Pretty sure it was mine. Hold on, let me think.
You're pretty sure?
let me think about
Pretty sure?
While still a little wheezy, I was going to turn to Willow. I was like, why don't you just look at his future? Damn it!
Oh yeah, because that works out so well. Are you willing to let me try that?
I mean, sure, I don't know if you're going to stop me from opening the door, but sure.
Well, would you let me try and see if I get maybe something bad might happen if you do?
I mean, every time you've seen my future, I feel like you've seen something bad happening. So I don't know what really is going to be different this time. But sure, go for it. And he's going to reach out his hand.
Okay.
Okay. I'll take my glove off and take his hand. Oh,
All right.
God.
When you take his hand, you're immediately transported into a vision of Bellinor standing amongst what seem like countless souls. That's it. That's all you see.
I mean, are they like malevolent souls or
You can't tell.
Just-
It's just souls.
peaceful, floaty, happy souls? No.
It's hard to. You can't tell with this particular. For some reason, it's very much. That's the only vision you get in this one.
Okay, that was quick.
You can't tell if it's malevolent, benevolent. You can't tell any of it. You just see Bellinor standing amongst a sea of souls, basically.
And I will relay that. This is what I saw. Maybe you want to ask your buddy what that means?
I'm sure he'll tell me when I open the door.
I'm sure he'll fill me in.
We'll get there eventually. I really just want
Okay,
to open the
so-
door if you don't want me to. I'm not going to lie. You're not helping my case.
What happens? But what happens to you after you do this?
My destiny. I don't know.
What is your? I mean, are you,
know
going
more
to
about my
cease to
future
exist?
than I do, so I don't know.
Well,
Maybe
not like you
everything
really
is-
ever listened to me.
Exactly.
Are you sure that your life isn't going to stop when you open this door? Are you sacrificing yourself? Do you know what's going to happen to you? Have you considered the consequences?
There is an entity that lives with me that I don't think would allow me to just open a door that would stop my life. So if I try to open the door and you see me suddenly stop, then probably, I shouldn't open the door.
Well, all right. This is my my last card,
Oh,
and I'll say this. I will say this very quietly to you. I know you're trying to find someone that was lost to you. And what good will it do to find them if you are not you to welcome them?
I'm already not me when I lost them. I'm just trying to find any help that I can get,
Oh, look, a femur. Like you see, Mint is
Oops, sorry guys.
I would say when Mint does that, Kieran doesn't give him a skunk eye with his dragon eye.
Is there another being here in this room, or is it we just see Bellinor?
You just see Bellinor.
Okay.
Destiny.
See, it's telling me that it's my destiny. I've got to do it.
Well, what would you expect it to tell you?
I don't know.
Hey, this is a bad idea, but I'd really appreciate it if you'd open the door for me.
I mean,
what if you're destined to be the cause of a lot of souls dying that I saw you standing in the middle of? You don't know what's going to happen.
Destiny can't be avoided.
I say, Bellinor, you know the phrase, the devil's in the details?
Yeah.
This is a prime example.
I feel like I have most of the details I need, honestly.
And yet ignoring the details that were outside the room.
What are the
Mint
details
hold up
outside
another
of the
bone.
room?
He just kind of
Yeah, he's very convincing. And so is the weird voice that's behind the door. Very convincing.
I say the fact that you're talking about acknowledgement's comment there. Is he still talking to Bellinor, just going, the fact that this thing was sealed in here for a reason, it is called a cataclysm, among other things?
Well, according to this thing,
Why did
he was wrongfully sealed, and it was actually the people that sealed him that were invading his livelihood.
Well, why did they call him the devil? What did he do to earn that name?
I don't know. I'm not them. I'm only talking to the
Wouldn't
guy that
you
wants
want
me to
to
see
know
the
that
inside
before you release?
Do you think me
Wouldn't
asking
you
him is
want to-
actually going to tell me?
Well, you're willing to trust that it's my destiny.
Yeah, I'm going to say, we're ASMR. We don't care about destiny.
I do. My destiny is.
I do.
I say, Kieran definitely fucking does. That's the reason he's in trouble.
Uh,
I mean, if you guys want, you can like.
At
step
this
back
point, I'm going to
door.
distance I am going to distance myself as far from the door as possible.
And
Go ahead. Have your destiny.
when Willow steps back, there's going to be like, this is why I was trying to walk away before.
I don't know what you guys are freaking about. You act like I do stupid things all the time or something.
You almost killed me in the mountains. Kieran says it exactly in that tone as soon as he finishes that sentence.
I don't remember that. That never happened. What are you talking about?
Mint, you're gonna hear a voice in your head again. The voice asks you a question, And it asks you, is it always like this?
All the time.
He says just so tired.
It's always like this.
Okay.
The time I spent amongst dragons was so much easier.
Yes. We are simple folk.
All right, you guys, y'all need to make up your minds because I'm kind of getting bored here.
I'm also getting the board, and then he goes open the door.
Okay. So you open the door, and when you open the door, there's like a wall of shining, glimmering light. It almost looks alive. And you just hear the voice say, "Come to me."
Okay. I don't know how long I'll be gone, but I'll be back. And he walks in the door.
So you, yep. And so as you walk through, you're on the other side now. You're on the other side of this shimmering wall. And there you find a table. And there are two chairs, one close to you and one at the other end, for whom someone is sitting. As you draw closer, the image comes clearer, and it is a young boy. Not like child, but like a teenager, basically, like a young teenager, sitting there, sort of red hair or orange hair. He's a ginger. And he's just sitting there. And he says, "Won't you have a seat?"
Are you? Wait. Sure, and he'll sit down.
Okay. Let me say, would you care for some tea?
I do like a good tea.
And he nods, and then in front of you manifests a teacup with a and you can see the steam rising off of it. It's very dark. It's like a dark tea. Smells of like berries and citrus and lavender and he also has one in front of him. And he says, "Are you willing?"
Willing to do what? You ask that a lot.
To release me.
I mean, yeah, I feel like I wouldn't have opened the door if I wasn't. Right?
Then drink.
Okay. Then I'll take a drink.
You take a drink. Oh, and this is the most delicious tea you've ever had. It's like you can't get enough of it. So you like literally consume it like in one sort of drink. And when you finish the very last drop and you put your cup back down, you hear this sort of in the room, this sort of release of breath, basically. And when you look over, you see that the boy is gone.
Mm-hmm.
And you can hear the door that you walk through. You can hear it humming, drawing you to it.
All right. Well, that was simple, I guess. And he's going to go back to the door.
And you also have a red hawthorn, too. So as you step through the door, you reappear in the chamber, and
Dragon Daddy says, "Hey."
For you guys on the outside, it was that. He literally walked in, walked out, as if nothing happened. And there is light now shining from behind him into the chamber. As all of your eyes kind of adjust to this bright light, you see that it is an exit to the outside.
See, I told you everything would be fine.
You don't feel any different. I mean, as far as you're concerned, nothing actually happened.
Mm-hmm. I went in there.
Does he look any different?
Nope. Not at all. Doesn't sound different, look different, nothing.
I went in there. I met a nice young man. We had some tea. And I came back. Nothing bad.
You say that now.
I have made deals with powerful dark beings, and that was not one of them.
All of you almost made deals with Zabalba.
Almost is an interesting word.
Yeah, because I was able to at least stop all of you.
Interesting word.
So yeah.
Anyway, shall we continue? He's going to point to the door.
What just happened? Have we just changed the course of the entire world?
Whatever it was.
Has he just changed the course of the entire world? I hope Destiny speaks well of him. That's all I can say.
Okay.
You know the reason it chose you, because out of all of us, you were the only one who'd be like, yeah, okay, I'll do it.
Willow, probably not the only one. I was going to start pointing at Mint over there with his femur.
Yeah.
Mint just like...
Okay.
Not my fault you guys are unwilling to have fun.
So one thing you'll notice is that as you're all standing there, the room that you're in begins to sort of disintegrate. Like
yeah.
the stone just sort of starts to turn to sand, basically, and just sort of collapsing.
Well, if you guys aren't leaving, I am.
Yeah. Let's get out of here.
Okay. So you guys go out through the door?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just going to grab a few bones and just
absolutely. There's a whole lot of them in there. You could grab quite a few.
Yeah, then he's going to make his way out.
Okay. So out the door you guys go. As you exit the door and out into the world, you'll just like this dust comes right behind you out from the doorway. And then as you guys turn to look at the doorway just disappears. And then suddenly it's just this, it's like stone. As you all look around, you will discover that you are now on the other side of the mountains. Woo! And that's where we're going to stop tonight.
See, you guys are worried about nothing. It's fine.
There's going to be repercussions.
As Bellinor just goes,
fine. Everything's fine.
I believe I can fly as he just steps off the ledge. You know?
Yeah.
Oh,
Cool.
Lord.
So, all right. So that's where we're going to end tonight. We're going to go around and let everybody tell us again who they are, who they played, and what do you think is happening to Bellinor. So we're going to start with Mint first.
Hey everybody, I am Christian. I play Mint Orcanus, the Oath of the Draconic Pact Bloodline Paladin. I pulled it up so I didn't mess it up. Might have to work on the title. Everybody at this point who's been watching knows the name, kind of. Like they're like, okay, it's the oath of no, damn it, bloodline pact. All right. So, anyways, what's Mint thinking right now?
About Bellinor.
Oh, he's after he kind of spoke to this entity in his mind, and he was just kind of like, oh, okay, everything's gonna be fine. Like he's a little, I guess he wants to talk to Avesis so that way he could get some more cookies,
right.
and also ask him about why he said it wasn't an old lady, because he's like Avatar. But other than that, he's not really even concerned with Bellinor anymore.
That's fair.
Like his mind's moved on. It's Mint. He's just,
That's fair. He's very, very short fuse.
He's inspecting the bones that he got. Like he's
Right. He's like
this
something
one
happened?
looks like an elk. This one.
Love it. Okay, that makes sense. All right, Willow.
Hey, I'm Lisa, Winterwolf Orlea in chat, D&D Winterwolf on Discord. I played Willow tonight. You can find me here every Monday night on Halfling Wizards channel for either Origins, as we played tonight, or next week we'll be back, I sure hope, with Windriders of Aria, because they left us in an interesting spot. And I'm anxious to get back and get everyone reunited. You can also find me every other Friday, except for the next 2 Fridays when we get 2 in a row. So on the 13th and the 20th for Celtic Wyvern Kings Stargate game. I can't say that, but that's a lot of fun. If you haven't, we're having a lot of fun with that. So check that out if you haven't. I don't know if or when the Liminal Blink is coming back. We've been on a break and we're just sort of in limbo right now, but we shall see. I'm sure if there's any updates on that, we'll post it on Halfling Wizards channel, who host it. So there you go. But thank you for coming tonight, and I'm glad we got through that. And I think she's almost done with Bellinor because he's just so reckless and disregards everything. It's like, why do I bother? Yeah, that's it. She's just like, okay.
All right. Taryn or Bellinor?
Hey, what's everybody? I'm Taryn. I play Bellinor, who, as was just mentioned, is a reckless asshole to everybody. Yeah, I don't know. It's really, I'm kind of at a point in my head where, like, I know what's happening, but Bellinor doesn't know what's happening, so it's, like, getting to where it's, like, hard to know how Bellinor feels about the situation without me, like, thinking about what I know about the situation.
Yeah.
So it's just, there's a lot going on, and we'll just leave it at that.
That makes sense. That's totally fair. All right, and Kel.
Hey, y'all. I am Kel, also known as the Celtic Wyvern King. You can find me here every Monday for either Orlea Origins or Windrise of Aria. Every other Wednesday, well, normally every other Wednesday, you'll be able to find me on my channel for not Gods for Orlea. That's the wrong game. That tells you how tired I am. For my Theros 5e campaign, A Gods Challenge. Normally we would be on next week, but to make up for not playing last week, we're playing this week and next week. Every other Thursday, which should be this Thursday, if I'm keeping track of my head, is Reign of Vecna. And then every other Friday, though, again, we'll be playing 2 weeks in a row to make up for a missed session. As Lisa mentioned, will be on my channel again for my Stargate 5e campaign. Oh. Yeah, no, you can find me pretty much TikTok, Discord, Twitch, all that good stuff. Merch store, etc.
Yeah. Fair. And what did you think about Bellinor?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Next time he's literally just gonna be like, "Yep, nope, Pelinor's in his own grave." It's not the first time he was like, "Oh no, we can leave him." He's like, "Fine, we'll go back."
I don't know what you guys are talking about. Pelinor's fine, okay? He's only made several deals with several beings that he should have probably never made contact with. It's
But
fine.
Is he fine? Really?
That's fair. We'll find out soon enough.
Is anyone really ever fine? I mean,
True. Very true. All right, and of course I am Willer, the Halfling Wizard, and I get the joy of working with these amazingly awesome, talented goofballs, and I look forward to it every week. So make sure you give us a follow here on Twitch if you're not already following us. Please do. We are doing it. We're about to do, and I know I keep saying it, but now that my schedule has cleared up, we will be doing a giveaway. I swear to you. We have some really cool stuff that's been donated and some cool merch. So just be on the lookout for that. But really, if you want to support somebody, support our charity that we're supporting, which is the Service Dogs, Freedom Service Dogs. They team up a veteran with a service dog, and you can donate. We're trying to raise about 500. I think we're at 325, I think, right now. But we're going to keep this charity until we get to 500. It's a great organization. They're also really great people. So please, if you feel the need and the desire and the want, please donate. Make sure you check out our partners over at Surge. You can go to their website, which is the www.warpedtree.com/games/Surge, where you can get a free PDF of their core rules, which I think they're about to release an update for. But they'll always have it on there for free for you to check out. So go check them out. And that's what our Wind Riders of Aria campaign is running, is the Surge system. Make sure you check out our merch store. We have a merch store, and we got some pretty fun merch on that store. So go check it out. It's a lot of fun. We got some show specific stuff. I do not, and I'm a bad person. I don't have my mug with me tonight. Normally I have my Jurassic Park to-do list mug from one of our one shots, and it's pretty cool. Let's see. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. YouTube channel is where you can find all of the previous episodes except for one. Hey, Sparkle Mandy. Woo! Welcome in. Of course, you're like right at the end. We're about to raid somebody else.
Yeah, I was about to say, we were about to raid her until I saw, wait, thanks for streaming crap.
Yeah. I was like, darn it. You beat us to the punch. That's all right. We'll follow someone.
So close.
Hang around with us. Become a member of our Patreon. If you join our Patreon, you can get some really cool homebrew items, including the subclass that Christian is running for Mint, which is actually really cool. You get your own dragon and everything. It's pretty neat. And of course, coming soon, not here, but someone is going to be playtesting Dwarfscape, which is the TTRPG that I wrote. And I'm very excited for that to happen. I just wanted to throw that out there. But yeah. So I think that's everything. I think I've done it all. Give us a follow if you're not following us. We'd love to have you follow us. And like I said, we're going to be doing a giveaway here real soon. Now that my schedule has cleared up, we can do that. But I guess until that happens, everybody. Let me get rid of that. Sorry. So I think that's everything. So everybody have a wonderful evening. Thank you for joining us. We couldn't do these things. We don't do these things without amazing folks like you. But hang around as we are going to raid, I think, 5 Geeks. Is that who we're doing? 5 Geeks?
I got Blackwater up.
Or Blackwater. Okay. All right. So I guess until then, until next time, everybody, we will you guys. We'll see you later. We love you. Stay safe out there. Bye-bye till next time.
Tiny robes he's wearing so fine, in the tavern sipping on wine. knows the secrets of the old. Halfling wizard never told. Mystic wand and a pointed hat, talks to people about this and that. Sneaky tricks and a wink in his eye. Halfling wizard makes the hours fly. Oh, halfling wizard in the night, casting spells to the moonlight. He can talk and he can know. In his world the magic grows. Down the road in evening light, he'll engage you, that's his delight. Readers of the stars he seeks. In a crowd he's sure to